We have worked out this part before in a previous video, and then we wanted the 8th term of this. Alright, this is to the 16. Now, it can't be that we have to write out the binomial theorem with 16 terms or the first 8 terms. That would be a long, good amount of work. What we want to do is look at the binomial theorem itself and see what the 8th term would be directly. Now the first term would be x to the negative 3. Well, ends, no, well, let's not put n, it's 16. 16 C0 x to the negative 3 raised to the power of 16, then negative 3, negative q root, let's write it to a power, x to the 1/3 raised to the power of 0 plus the second term would be 16 c1 x to the negative 3 to the power of 15. Then you would have x to the 1/3 to the power of 1 plus, and so on and so forth. So this is the first, this is the second, and so on and so forth. Alright? Now, here, we can start to see a certain pattern. The first term has 16c, second term has 16c. So, that means the 8th term, will have a 16c. Now, the first term has 16c to the 0. Second term has 16c to the 1. So the first term, the number that the c ends with is 1 minus 1, which is 0. For the second term, the number that the c ends with is 1, which is 2 minus 1. In fact, let's write the third term because we will be able to see the pattern easier. The third one would be plus 16c to the 2 x to the negative 3 to the 14 x to the 1/3 to the power of 2. Alright, so this is our third term. For the term number 3, what you have here is c 3 minus 2. So term number 8 will have, oh my, why is it minus 2? It's minus 1. 3 minus 1, which is 2. So for the first term, c 1 minus 1. Term number 1, 1 minus 1. Term number 2, 2 minus 1. Term number 3, 3 minus 1. So term number 8, 8 minus 1. That's what the c is going to be. As to the right. To the left is always 16, but to the right is the position minus 1. Alright. Now, what about the x part? X to the negative 3 raised to the power of. In the first term, term number 1, you have 16. Term number 2 is going to be 15, which is 16 minus 1. 1 less than the 2. Term number 3 is going to be 14, which is 16 minus 2, which is 1 less than the 3, and so on. So, in term number 8, it must be 16 minus the number that's 1 less than 8, which is 7. Here, term number 3, you're minus 2. Right. Term number 2, you minus 1 from the 16 to get 15. In term number 3, you minus 1, you minus 2 from the 16, which is 1 less than 3. So term number 8, you minus 7 from the 16, which is 1 less than 8. Alright? And then, for x to the 1/3 now, you're going to raise it to a power. Let's see what happens here. In term number 1, first term, you have to the 0, which is like 1 minus 1. Term number 2, you have this to the 1, which is like 2 minus 1. Term number 3, you have this to the 2, which is like 3 minus 1. So term number 8, you must have this to the 7, which is like 8 minus 1. So the 8th term is going to be 16c7 x to the negative 3 to the power of 16 minus 7, which is 9, x to the 7/3. So 16c7. Let's see if it is a number not too large that we can write it down. If it's too large, we just leave it as 16c7. So 16c7 is going to be 16 factorial, a big number, alright, over bracket. 16 minus 7 is what? 9. 9 factorial times 7 factorial. We'll close both brackets. Equal 11,440. Alright? You can write down 11,440. 11,440. This is x to the negative 3 by 9 is negative 27 times x to the 7 over 3. So what we have is 11,440 x to the. Now remember, when you have x to one power times x to another power, you add the powers. So you're going to add 27 and 7 over 3. Let's see if we can do that now. Plus 7 over 3. If we use common denominators, right? You could use LCM to what? Using common denominators, multiply the 1 by 3, we get 3. When you multiply 27 by 3, what do we get? 27, 3. 3 7 is 21, bring down the 1, carry 2. 3, 2, 6, 7, 8. 81 thirds plus 7 thirds is going to be 81 and 7 is going to be 88 over 3. Alright, so it would amount just about to that. Alright, so that is what we have for you.